$23 million TransUnion credit report dispute class action lawsuit. Now this is big news on a lot of different levels. So what's happening here? TransUnion agreed to pay a $23 million class action lawsuit to resolve claims that failed to properly investigate credit report disputes. So what does that even mean? And more importantly, why should it matter to you? So what's funny here, it says TransUnion has not admitted any wrongdoing, but agreed to pay $23 million class action lawsuit to resolve the allegations. So what happened with this lawsuit, and I'm going to say alleged because TransUnion didn't admit to any wrongdoing. Consumers like you and I disputed a hard inquiry, but instead of TransUnion even attempting to contact the companies asking if this debt was valid or this hard inquiry was valid, they just shelved your letter of dispute and sent you a letter back saying, hey, this debt is valid, without any proof, verification, or validation. So all they were doing here was receiving your letter of claim, throwing it in the garbage, sending you a letter back stating, hey, this dispute or this inquiry is valid, without any lawful due diligence that they're required to provide. So another case and something that happens a lot is not with hard inquiries, but it's actually with collections. And this is kind of what I've been talking about all along when disputing your credit. So I have a video where I show you a hack on how you can dispute your credit. And one of the ways is that your credit reporting agency that's reporting it has to properly investigate your claim. So a reputable credit bureau will ask for proof that this account is valid and is legit. And if that collection agency can't provide that information, that collection has to be removed from your credit report. And what happens a lot of times, 9 times out of 10, is that they don't do that. What they do is they go to your creditor, they ask, is this claim legit? Is this account legit? Is it valid? Most times, all that collection agency has to do is to say, yes, this claim is valid, without any further investigation from the credit bureau, whether it be TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax. So if you watch that previous video and you message me saying, hey, this hack doesn't work, now you know the reason why. TransUnion was not verifying that debt. And again, that's just my assumption because they're not admitting any guilt or wrongdoing here. But the fact that they're agreeing to a settlement says a lot. So I go into detail in my credit repair course on how to get these negative items and collections removed off your credit report if something like this ever happens. Because when you randomly send a credit dispute letter that you find online somewhere without knowing what you're actually doing, most likely you'll receive a letter stating that this debt is valid, not knowing how to respond. All right, so let's read on here and see how you can get your piece of the settlement. Under the terms of the settlement, class members can receive a cash payment. All class members will receive a minimum payment of $20 to $30 without the need to file a claim. So that's pretty funny. $23 million lawsuit, and each member will receive between $20 and $30. On a side note, I was recently involved in a class action lawsuit with Capital One, and the settlement was, I believe it was over $100 million. And my settlement payout was right under a few $100s. And in the itemized letter that I received, half of that money went to attorney fees. Class members who experience certain harms as a result of TransUnion alleged violation of the law can file a claim for a higher payment. These payments will be calculated based on how many valid claims are received, and the payout could be up to $160. Wow. Who's eligible? All consumers with an address in the United States and its territories to whom TransUnion sent a 502 letter in response to a written dispute from any inquiry between December 5th, 2016 and January 31st, 2025. All right, so this is just some quick information I wanted to share with you. And if you're having an issue getting a negative item or collection removed off your credit report, check out that credit repair course. I have a link in the description so you can check it out for yourself. I want to thank you for watching. Links in the description. See you next time.